Yeah, Jake, you're giving bad advice about niches. That's incorrect, dude. For this stage, that's incorrect. Let's look at a few more questions, and then we're going to move on, because I think we've got them pretty much handled. I've reached out to local business, which is my boxing academy. I'm talking to my coach about growing his social media and start selling his merch. Is that a good idea for a first client? Yeah, dude, that's a great idea for a first client. Again, if it's a business who sells a product that people like, you can help them. There's a few businesses I'd recommend you guys don't look at, but we'll talk about that in a second. Can I use this method for
Can you
LinkedIn
back the
contacts?
fuck
Yes,
up
you can
off
do this
this
for
shit,
any
bro?
social media account, any connections that you have. Ideally, someone who knows you, but yeah, you can do this on LinkedIn. It works. Would you recommend to work with a business that doesn't allow ads or is a regulated business? My friend runs a vape business. It's my first client. I've been doing posts the last 2 weeks. Yeah, you can, as long as it's something you ethically believe in. I don't like working for companies that promote products that are degenerate products. So I personally wouldn't work with a vape thing just because I think it's stupid. But if it's your first client and you're cool with that and it matches up with your morality, which it might, and I'm not here to judge on that at all, dude. If that matches you, then go for it, dude. But yes, you can help them. You're just going to have to use a different type of funnel. You're not going to run paid ads. You're going to have to go look at what the other top vape companies are doing to get attention. That is not.
Do you need to pay to run a paid ad? Do you have to pay to run a... Fuck, go away, I don't need that. To top the child? What the fuck? Run a paid ad. Yes, you need to pay. Fuck! Okay, how much does a paid ad cost? $30. Stop. That is fucking crazy. Damn. Who just messaged me? Messi or Ronaldo. Alright. How much? It said $100 to $10,000 a month. It just depends on what it is, I guess. I don't know. I just know that running paid ads is going to be a very big thing that I'm going to probably be doing, and all this work. So I'm not asking unimportant questions right now, or answering unimportant questions right now.
But they're using a different funnel. They're growing social media organic stuff, or they're doing offline marketing. They have a different funnel. Go find what the top players are doing and simply help your guy use that same strategy.
Business? No, sir. I have a opportunity for you, mate. Phantom Boys Live. Find out. All them chain thingy, alright? I don't care. I'm 20. I will be 21 in September. Resizable. Don't ask this again. Allow. Expand. Bruh, can you thank you. I don't know why that was so difficult. I'm doing good, Jamar. I've been working for the past couple hours, so that's fun. Hey, thank you for the sub, man. It's been bad hair day all day, chat. CL, no, I was just curious about it. Because it was talking about paid ads, and I was like, do you have to pay to run a paid ad? So I looked it up, and yeah, you do. But it's because I'm doing fucking copywriting. It's basically, so CL, let's say you're selling a protein, like a protein powder, right? And your advertisement you're running on fucking like this right here. Or no, I mean it's kind of the same thing. Hold on. I gotta find an ad.
And your main goal is to earn 30, 50, or even...
Like any ads. Like this right here. This is some type of service they're providing, whatever. You click this, you go to the link, whatever. My job is basically to make this look more interesting, to make people click it. So I'll change the wording, I'll change the pictures, whatever. And then after that, it's my job to make them either buy the service or buy the product that this person is selling. Which it looks like they're selling a service, not a product. But yeah, these ads and shit, that's kind of dumb. Well, I don't really care, Jason, because you're going to be broke thinking this is dumb, and I'm going to be rich thinking this is easy. So, but I got to respond back to this dude real quick. Hey, tell your brother I said happy birthday. The fuck? Okay, I don't know what the hell just happened there. Alright, I gotta respond to this dude. No, I'm getting... Bro, that's a lot to type. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and paste my other message. No, thank you. So I just started getting into being a digital marketing consultant, but right now I'm not charging anything, so I can just gain free experience and get good testimonial. Do you know anyone that I could work for? If not for you. For free, I'm not charging yet. I don't need to repeat myself. Remove this. Hold on, chat. Me and you would be rich in 10 years. I will be rich in about 3 to 5 years, dog. We banned you because you're stupid. Stupidity normally comes from stupid people, so, like, you know. What's up, Parker? What's up, my nigga? Yo, what's up, man? How's your day going? Alright, chat, I gotta get back to watching these videos. There we go. Yeah. Resize my shit, bitch. Thank you. Alright. You're eating noodles as you should, bro.
Big questions to...
I'm doing good, Rex. How are you, man?
About selling D&D, door-to-door.
I've been working for the past
got a bit
Almost 3 hours.
So ask this question to the.
All these fucking lovely notes.
This is a go-get level question. And right now we're doing a beginner call. So.
Why don't I just do this? What the
All
fuck?
businesses that don't have social media, we're going to cover that in a second, guys. No worries.
All these lovely notes.
Someone said, I currently have a client secured on Wednesday, and I've written a plan what they need in their target market.
Some of this was from last night, though.
Start running ads to grab attention first, or prioritize improving their website so the ads have something to go off of. Whenever
so, that's fun.
Funnel, you've got to make sure that
1 second, chat.
You're going to pick one of those things to focus on for your discovery project. We'll talk about that in a second. But you want to make sure that you focus on the one that's the most critical, which is you got to make sure the page converts. Like, you got to make sure that there at least exists a page that can convert. It's not like ugly. If they have an absolutely terrible page that no one would ever put their money into ever, you need to fix that problem before you start throwing on a bunch of attention by running ads or getting social media posts or stuff like that. But for now, first start with making sure the page converts, and then you'll go to the next thing. But I'll show you how to schedule those, like set up your project.
You ready?
Yeah. So someone said, after analyzing the business, how do I know?
How'd you get hurt?
Recommended is the right thing. Right up here, bro. If they tell you that's their problem, and that's probably the thing. If you compare it to the top player, and you see the top player is getting the actual same business result, the outcome that you want, and they're doing something differently than what your client is doing to try and get that same result, and you steal the formula like we talked about yesterday, the recipe for getting that thing, and you recommend that to your client, as long as you can execute on the copy, and I'll give you some cheat codes on how to do that here in a second, then yes, you have recommended the right thing. I'm going to also show you a few things to de-risk it and allow you to test your way to success. We'll get to that in a second. But if you follow the process I'm telling you, you'll be able to extract the right thing, or at least enough of the right thing to get started. We'll talk about how to test your way to success in a second.
Come here, you ready?
Someone said they reached out to 10. Congratulations. Keep going. Get more people on your list. Let's keep going. I think we've got most of the common questions.
Little nosy miss.
Yeah, all of you are like, hey, my family friend is starting this company or whatever. Should I work with them, or is this a good client? Yes, there's a few exceptions. I'm going to cover those in a second.
They're shorts.
Other than those few exceptions, yes. If someone's willing to work with you, you should work with them. You probably get 2 or 3 clients with this method. You work with all of them. You have one that's an outstanding success. We'll talk about how to leverage it. Let's take a look. So I'm trying to get into someone said, I'm trying to get into warm outreach from people that I know to get my first client. And one of them asked me for a presentation, sort of CV. That's where you do the call and you sit down and you ask them questions and you tell them what you need.
Where is my Sky? You better correct yourself before you wreck yourself. What's up, Santana?
You need to have the call to get to know their situation. You say, okay.
This man is still talking about questions, bro. Like, come on, bro. We're not here to listen to you answer my motherfucking questions.
You gotta have the call, dude, because you can't make a recommendation until you've actually done the diagnosis. Like, you're a doctor, right? And I call these the doctor questions.
Shorts. These are boxing shorts, dog.
When you go through the course, and I talk about it in more detail. You're like a doctor. Before you can give them a prescription or say they need the surgery or whatever, first you need to give them a little checkup. You need to take their vital signs, do a little blood study to see what they need.
It's definitely a bad hair day, but it's okay.
You can't say, hey, listen, you need this thing until you've done some analysis and you sat down and you actually know that you understand the problem accurately. So
there we go.
When you go through the course, and I talk about it in more detail. You're like a doctor. Before you can give them a prescription or say they need the surgery or whatever, first you need to give them a little checkup. You need to take their vital signs, do a little blood study to see what they need first. It's the same exact way. You can't say, hey, listen, you need this thing until you've done some analysis and you sat down and you actually know that you understand the problem accurately, so then you can give them an accurate solution. So you got to do the call, dude.
How to run the sales call? Dress professionally, connect like humans. I've already went over all this. Why are you back to this again, bro?
Jeez Louise. Your last one. I don't know any businesses, and every person I asked, 14 out of 46, didn't know anyone to work for. They work a job somewhere. They have employers. They have people that they know.
Yo, what's up, Kodak White?
You probably know more people than 46 people also. You are creating false limitations on your brain, and you are failing to think of this problem critically. I'm going to show you some alternatives, but right now, dude, you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror and start looking for solutions instead of looking for excuses. We can address some of these in more detail after the call, but guys, we're doing good. Someone's got client secured. Congratulations. All right. Keep going here. Let's see how many of these answers we can get covered.
I'm gonna get that on a shirt, chat. Don't
So
look
it says
for
my current
excuses.
social
Look for
media is based on
solutions.
my current business that has 5,300 followers. Dude, I would. If you have your current business, you should focus on growing that business with that account. I recommend you reach out to people who aren't following you on social media, and it's more of a personal outreach thing to get your new copyright clients. Boom, Calzine or someone did client number 4.
He's still answering questions.
It's good to see people taking action on the call live. It's really that easy. It's funny. You guys are going to be
What's up,
landing
Chloe?
clients this weekend that have been sitting in your network for like
This nigga's
years.
still answering
you guys are sitting
questions,
on
bro.
thousands and thousands of dollars just in your friend.
I want to
list
play
in
the
your
game
phone,
so bad,
and you
chat,
just
but
never used it, which is pretty cool. It's cool to see you guys start capitalizing.
can't right now.
So, all right, I think we covered most of the beginner questions, the common questions. We'll hit more of them at the end of the call, but I wanted to pause and get some of those before we move on. So, that being said, let's move on to the next part of the process. So, once you've identified what they need to grow,
Finally,
let's talk about
discovery project project upsell. More notes. Love it. You can't type questions? You can absolutely type questions. What's up, Miley? If you got questions, I got answers. They might need 32 different things to reach 100 million in sales. Start with thing number 1, a small chunk. Tell them it's a way to evaluate you and for you to evaluate them. Service and benchmarking for future business. After you crush it for them on this one or on this project, you'll then pitch them on remaining 31 things.
How you're going to present
It's a lot of things,
project.
man.
Your first project, I recommend you make it what I call a discovery project. Learn this from a guy who I super respect. He has done a bunch of really cool client.
Discovery project, basically go and figure shit out, learn shit. Marshy, get off my fucking TV stand right now. Bitch, get the fuck off. Thank you. First. Is a discovery.
Work in a different industry for a lot of really big name brands. And he taught me this when I was first starting out in the copywriting game, and I've used it ever since. I would share the guy's name, but he's kind of behind the scenes guy. Some of you might have seen him before, but he's a really interesting individual. So learned a lot from this guy. But he taught me about this idea when I was.
Chat. Have you noticed when I really got into talking about all the bullshit the Matrix does and all the shit the government does and stuff and the algorithms and how they're all set up to keep you silent? Notice how there's not that many people joining anymore? That means less people to listen to what I say. You notice that, chat? Or is that just like something I've noticed? Yeah. That's awesome.
I was first starting, and it made all the difference when I was working with my early stage clients and then my later stage clients. I do this process for every project I do. So I recommend when you first start out, you pick a small chunk of what they need, and you make that.
I'm not going to walk into that conversation.
That's the thing that you're going to do. So if you look at all these businesses, the person that you sit down and talk with, they're probably not $100 million in revenue business yet. They're probably not a big, giant company. And between where they are and becoming a $100 million company, there's like a bajillion little things that need to be done on the marketing side. There's new redesigns, new products that need to be launched, new ways to get attention need to be tested out. There's a million different things, 32 different things that has to happen between where they are now and becoming a multi-million dollar business, right? So I don't recommend when you first start with them, you say, listen, I'm going to do everything that you need to do and try and pitch them on a big giant project, because that's high cost. That's a lot of effort. It's a lot of time. And frankly, you just met these people and you just talked to them. You need to start with a small chunk. Start with just the first little thing that needs to be done. And call it your discovery project. This is turns out this is a very common way to approach sales and business. You want to start with a discovery project. So instead of doing, let's say, hey, we're going to completely do paid ads for you and do a whole bunch of this, whatever, you say, listen, I'm going to create, instead of like creating 32 different ads to test out a run for this thing, let's create 3. Let's create 3 small ads. We're going to do a couple variations. This is an opportunity for me to get to know your business and kind of understand your target market, for us to go back and forth. This is a chance for you to evaluate me and see if I'm a good match for you. This is a chance for me to see if I'm a good match for your type of business. We'll keep it small. We'll iron out some of the kinks during the small project. And we're going to use this to kind of judge whether or not we should work on any of these other bigger things in the future. So if you like what I do and I like what you do, by the end of this, we're going to get you some good results. Obviously, we're going to keep this a small project, keep the risk and time low. Let's crush it on this one, and once we've got this knocked out of the park, then we're going to move on to some of these bigger things in the future. You don't have to decide if you want to work with me now. Let's just do the small project. If you like what I do, then we can start talking about these bigger things that you need to do to get to 2 million, 3 million, whatever, however million, many millions. This is a benchmark for future business.
I have.
Again, the idea is to take a small
45 more minutes.
project, have a smaller scope, crush it for them.
Left to this video. It's almost 2 hours long.
You're taking a small project, small result. You can get this done in a week or two. As a couple examples of discovery projects might be, hey, let's run a email sequence to your backing customers and sell them on this product. Or let's test out 4 or 5 new Facebook ads to add to your current mix and see if we can beat your current performance standards. Or, okay, you got a landing page. Let's create a variation of that landing page, and we're going to test our way and see if we can get it to beat your current conversion rate. A small project, not the whole funnel, not the entire, not 3 funnels, one piece of one funnel. We're going to pick up very small. And we can give you a lot of advice in the campus. You might have some different situations where you're going to need help on picking the exact right discovery project. I'm going to show you where to go to ask for help inside of the campus so you can get some feedback on this. But this is what you're going to present to them at the end of your sales call or on the second call.
I got you, man. Give me 1 second.
Provided. I provide fun, but I don't have any fun. I don't even have fun in providing fun. It's just my obligation. Everyone around me has fun. I'm working.
Why I think I fight. Do I enjoy it? No. Do I enjoy training? No. Do I enjoy cutting weight? No. Am I nervous? Yes. Do I think to myself, what am I doing? Yes. Completely. Unfortunately, it's one of those things you're either born with or you're not. And
so I'm on YouTube, right, chat? Look what randomly just pops up.
Is that if I'm not doing something which is either extremely difficult or extremely stressful, I'm in a perpetual state of crippling boredom.
Literally just popped up out of nowhere.
I see other people live their lives and they're like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend.
Oh, that's why it popped up.
I think, who cares about a movie? You're looking forward to the weekend for a movie? Looking forward to the weekend to get drunk? Like, these things to me are so mundane. They mean nothing. And if I don't fight, if I'm not in a situation where I'm stressed or worried or concerned,
yeah, Tricks, you're good, man.
Bored.
You're good.
And boredom's crippling.
You have been here for a minute. I'll go ahead and make you mod.
A good brain on your shoulders. You can't just sit there bored. You're good. I'm bored now. So most smart people take the academic route to avoid boredom. They learn. But that's never really interested me either. Although I've always been an intelligent guy and I've always done well academically. It never
How'd that go, Ezra?
And then I see people climb Mount Everest or jump off buildings,
thank you,
or
Tricks.
do base jumping, or the guy who jumped from space. People think, what's he doing? He's crazy. I understand. Because some people can't live normal lives. Some people cannot just function 9 to 5 office job, get drunk at the weekends. That is not for
That's
some
what's up, man.
individuals.
How'd
It's
that
not
go?
for me. So I have to find something which keeps me physically tired enough to stop me going AWOL, and mentally tired enough. And I've chosen fighting.
You come back after you've done more homework and you're presenting a plan to them. You're going to say, hey, you need all of this work to hit your big giant goal. Let's start with just the small part. And it's a chance for me to get to know you.
How are you dealing with that, man?
For me to figure out your project on your particular niche and how your customers talk on a small thing. So then when we do the big project, there's no hiccups.
What was I listening to before Andrew Tate? Nothing. Before Andrew Tate, I was feminine. I gave it to my emotions. I smoked weed all the time. Even after listening to Andrew, I smoked weed quite a bit. But only here recently I stopped smoking so much. I was vaping. I had all these aspirations and dreams and shit, but I never really put any work to it. So, but now, after listening to Andrew, my life's better.
You make a nice, small project. So, that's how I recommend you do it.
Have a good night,
after
Jamar.
you crush it for them, that's when you're going to turn around and upsell them on the next project. So, hey, we finished this little ad. This is great. Let's design a whole new funnel on the back end to increase your sales by 3%, right? That's when you pitch them on the next big thing. What's cool about doing a discovery project is it allows you to earn their trust, right? Right now, you're still basically a stranger. When you first have the sales call, you're an unknown. They don't know if you're going to be able to crush it for them or not. They don't know if you're smart or not. They have some ideas based on the sales call, but they don't really know yet. But when you...
I never struggled with it. It was quite easy for me to drop. It was the mindset I had, man. Okay, so when I first started listening to Andrew, I wasn't necessarily vaping then. About a month or two after I got big onto Andrew, big onto him and started watching him all the time and shit, I started vaping then. About when I turned 18, I started vaping. Then I was vaping for about, 17. Sorry, 17. Then I was vaping for about 2.5 years. So only a few months ago, I stopped vaping. But, yeah, man, it's the belief that gives the power. I've been over this. If you need me to go over it again, I can explain it all again to you, man. But if you was there when I had my live going that one night and I explained that addiction isn't real, it's the withdrawals, and it's the belief that gives it power. If you was there when I explained all that, then you should know where I'm coming from.
run a discovery project, a small project with them, and you're very professional. You over-deliver, you give them amazing results.
Good, man. That's good. Just know addiction is not real. It's the withdrawals that will pull you back into it.
You show them that you're capable, and you crush it for them, and they're happy. You just made them a bunch of new money. That's the best time to pitch them on a big project because you can command higher prices. You can get them to pay a lot more. They're a lot more likely to say yes because now they trust you and they know who you are. You've got your foot in the door with a small project, and you can upsell them on the big projects. That's how you approach this. That's the game. If you just try and sell big projects, you're going to run into a lot more resistance. If you start with a small project, crush it for them, it's a lot easier for them to sell the big projects. And again, guys, for your discovery project, your first start.
Yeah, the banana got old for me. My favorite ones were the rainbow. What is it? Rainbow. It's the black and white fog one, or switch, not fog, but it was the black and white, the black and white switch, fog switch. Rainbow ice. That's what it is. Mentos and cherry lemon. Those were my favorites.
Start a client, you're going to do a discovery project that's going to get you your testimonial.
The geek bars are pretty good.
What's good about the starter client and the discovery project is it sets you up your money with every client that you get. Now,
my favorite vape itself was the geek bars. Bro, cherry lemon is so fucking fire. But anyway, we don't vape no more, so. But yeah, the geek bars were my favorite. I just feel like they lasted so much longer, even though, like, it got down to 0% juice, 0% battery. You charge it, it'd still be at 0% juice 2 weeks later. I just feel like they lasted so much longer than the other ones.
This evaluation process is great. I've used it to evaluate clients. There are people I brought on, done a discovery project, and said, yeah, no, I'm not going to pitch a big project to this
What's
person.
up, Elijah?
I do not want to work with these people. I don't like the way that they're running. Turns out their product isn't as good. It gives you an opportunity to take a step back if they're a bad company, which is pretty rare.
Elijah, look at this, man.
20.
Look at this. We in this bitch. Yes, sir. This video is 2 hours long.
20% of the time with me. Most of the time, what it did is allow me to crush it for them, make them love me and think I was amazing, and see me as, oh, this is the guy that's going to take me to millions and millions of bucks, and then they move up. Oh, look, someone just posted a screenshot with a positive reply. Heck yeah. Look at that, guys. Congratulations. You are well on your way to earning a bunch of money. Now, after this is when it starts to get real, and you have to actually produce results for them. But thankfully, you have some unfair advantages inside the real world, which I'm going to cover for you guys here in a second. But start with a discovery project and then move to the upsell. There's a million different things. You're never done with a client, right? You're going to replace clients, but you're never done with a client. Until that client has got to $100 million a year in sales and even beyond, you're not done. There's always a new project that you can do for them. Crush it for your current one, and then get ready for the next one as soon as you're finished. Let's talk about how to manage your clients. Now, this is kind of a quick intro into basic client mastery Aikido. There's a few things here that you want to get dialed in so that you can keep the relationship good with your client, so you can keep working for them, keep making money with them as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Wait. Always have your next call scheduled. I wonder who's knocking at my door. Oh, it's this motherfucker. Lock the door behind you, please. You said what? Yeah, the cat knocked those over just like 10 minutes ago.
The most important rule with client management.
That's good, Elijah.
You should always have your next call scheduled before you end your current call. So when you do your sales call and you say, okay, here's the discovery project, let's do a quick review. I'm going to do some market research, and I want to review that with you and ask you for your feedback so I make sure I completely understand who you're talking to and I can represent your brand as good as possible. Let's do that
feels
on,
like school,
on
too
Tuesday
much.
of next week. When can we have a quick call, or when can we have a quick chat about this? You need to schedule regular communication with them, because what you don't want to have happen is say, okay, when I'm done with this, I'll send you an email, and then they go on with their merry lives and forget about you. That's what you don't want to have happen. And then you're 2 weeks, you've been slaving away on this thing, and you're trying to get them to look at it. You do not want that to happen. You need to make sure that you always have your next call scheduled. And then when you have that review call and you've gone over the market research, you say, oh, this is great. Cool. I'm going to put together a first draft. It's going to take me about 3 days. Let's have a call on Thursday, quick 5-minute thing. I'll send it over, and we can do a quick review together so I can make sure that I match up my voice to the way that you want to talk. Always have your next call scheduled. Always follow up with them before the call happens to make sure that you can have this regular communication. You want to stay top of mind. You need their cooperation to make the project work. So that's the very first thing you got to do. You need to help them understand that there is going to be a revision process. This is a big thing that a big mistake a lot of beginners make. They say, okay, I'm going to put together your funnel, I'll send it to you, it's going to be perfect. Right?
Thank you, Trix, man.
Jesus loves us all. They put together their first draft. They're a beginner. They don't know this business perfectly. They don't know the target market perfectly because it's the first project in a niche. Even when I do projects, there's a revision period where you have to fine-tune some things. So they create this rough draft, and they send it over to the client, and the client looks at them like, this is garbage. They made this mistake, they made that mistake. I don't even sound like that. And then they hate you. They're like, this guy is not, he said he was maybe a perfect copy, but he can't even write for my niche. You want to handle that expectation before it happens. You want to be like, listen, I'm going to put together a first draft. It's going to be wrong. It's going to have some mistakes. I'm still trying to figure out your market. Obviously, there's going to be some little nuances that are wrong. I'm probably going to mess up your voice. But let's go back and forth. I want to get your feedback so I can make sure that it matches up and it perfectly represents your brand. That way, when you send them over the thing, they're like, oh, yeah, well, I knew this was going to be part of the process, and it's a known part of the process instead of a surprise. This guy can't write perfectly for my brand the first time he ever starts typing into a Google Doc. Make sure that you handle that.
Oh my God.
There's an attitude you have to have every time you interact.
Huh?
At Mikey and Marshall and Madison's or whatever, Elder Weber and Baby Driver showed up because apparently they had an appointment too, and they were like, "Oh, come on."
I don't know who they are.
The elders, the missionary dudes, the church.
Oh, them.
And I was like, oh my god. I was happy. I literally ran up to them, and they were like, "Don't you have an appointment tomorrow with us?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it's Wednesday." They're like, "Yeah, they showed up. Look, your email here." I was like, I was so happy to see them, but they look like ops for a minute.
They look like ops for a
No,
minute.
because they sat outside.
What's up, JJ?
For 10 minutes in front of the house, because we just pulled up, and then they pulled up, and they were just like looking around. And I was like, we literally didn't get out of the car. I thought they were off, and then they got out, and I was like, oh, it's just that. And I was like, it's not the fucking ops. Okay. Where's the one? Oh, I see.
And it's very similar to the attitude you had on your sales call. You need to stay high energy, confident, and proactive. You take ownership for what's going on in the process.
Huh?
Is she saying
A couple of days, she said.
damn, we all just fucking take a vacation. Oh, they don't leave. We do not.
There's so much coffee grains.
Man.
Mmm.
I don't fucking take a
I don't know what Isabella is what anymore. I don't know if you're the other one or the other one. I don't know which one you are because y'all keep changing your shit.
Do you know them? Camo and Jada? Do you know Camo and Jada?
No, I don't.
You would have hated it.
I'm probably gonna hop off your chat. Keep working. Probably call Michaela. I'm 20. Isabella doesn't have the... doesn't tell me which one you are. Are you the one from the UK? Are you Isabella from UK? Yeah, I'll be live probably later, guys. No, I'm not the one from the UK. I can't keep track of y'all. Y'all keep changing y'all shit. It's not my fault. There was one from fucking London. I think it was. Somewhere near there. If not there. I'm 20, I already answered that. See ya, chat. One has location emoji and the UK doesn't. Oh, okay.